Hey YouTube, how you guys doing today? Kevin here coming back at you with another video. This is my 1980 Kawasaki kv75 with a 1975 fuel tank on it. So it's the right tank but the wrong color scheme. Worked on that a little bit last night, having some fun. We did the, what do you call it there? The ammo bag, saddlebag, the ammo can saddlebag. And then today, we have this. Yep, snow. Got almost an inch and a half last night. Terrible. Mother Nature's terrible. Anyway, so I've been in the mood lately for fabrication. And, which I did the video part of that on yesterday. So I figured I'd get a little bit more into that today. But anyway, before I continue on with the video, take a moment, please hit that subscription button and the bell icon so when I post a video, you guys receive it. So let's get right into the bike, and I'll talk to you about a little bit about what I did. So I made, the other day, I made a, what do you call it, a light bar to go across the back there with two Light directionals, okay? The directionals came from eBay. They were a, what do you call it, these ones right here, which are going to go on the bike, just like that, yep. And I used that tube stock that I showed you in that last video, okay? This is just regular half-inch tube stock, and this is a regular metric thread. I think it's like 8 millimeter, 10 millimeter, something like that. I got the tap to it right here. See, I don't think we can read that tab. Well, anyway, I'll get the tap size for you, and I'll let you know. But anyway, this is the same tap. I think it's 10 millimeter. Yes, it is. 10 millimeter tap that I used on the, when I tapped out the two mirror bosses, because I wanted to put KE mirrors on it, because I'm making the bike street legal. So I tapped out the mirror bosses, put two KE 100 mirrors on it, and then I said, geez, you know, I'll just use that tap. I'll cut the rod to length. So basically I cut it there, and then measured it out, so I cut it right about there, made it yay long, drilled a hole in the center for the wires, heat shrunk it, and then tapped it out. I put it in a drill with some sandpaper, spun it up, polished it up a bit, and then I ended up with this bracket. Now they're not wired up yet. We're going to get into that in future videos. This was one of those unexpected builds that I built. So I figured it would look really cool to have some directionals on there. And when you guys see how I'm going to do this, it's going to be pretty cool. I have not altered, drilled, or anything on this bike. Okay? So I have the brake light switch on the floor, on that mat, that's going to go on this bike. So we have brake light. Now this is a double filament bulb, so it has the capability of a brake light. I have the brake light sensor, and the wiring's already in the bike. We're not changing or altering any wiring whatsoever on this bike. The idea is to add stuff to the bike, keeping it factory without changing things, okay? So, like that bracket, okay? I didn't drill no holes. Everything is just bracketed to the bike. Like a bracket racer, if you will. So, in the headlight over here, show you this. What I'm going to do is we're going to take off that mounting bolt right there, and we are going to mount on, we're going to mount on these little lights, and that will be the front directionals, one on each side. And then I'll show you guys what I'm going to do later on for a switch, because I'm not altering the switches that are up here. These are already factory wired for what their systems are, and that's cool. And I'm going to be putting a switch here, just a thumb thing, just for a your directionals. Okay? So, real simple. It's just one of those little clamp-on switches, nothing dramatic. And I have a 6 volt. I got to change the light bulbs because these are 12 volt. But to make them 6, you just change out the light bulbs. And I have the 6 volt flasher from a KE and an MT and a KM 100 bike. I've got a bunch of those in stock. So that was pretty cool. I wanted to show you guys that. And before we keep going, I mean, we're just going to keep going. Screw it. We're going to keep going. So I want to show you guys some alternatives. Okay? What is an alternative? Alternative parts. These bikes are stupid pricey. Okay? Like, I'm talking like 150 to 200 bucks for a headlight assembly. Guys, a headlight assembly. Not only a headlight assembly, a 6-inch headlight. Okay? I'm talking about foot pegs that are $50 each. I'm talking about a spring kit that goes in the back there for $30 for the kit. Whoa! Guys, come on. That's ridiculous. So on this channel, I like to show you guys some alternative stuff that would work. Even the rear shocks. Those are expensive too. So, some alternatives that might be able to help you out. Okay? First, you have your kv75 shock right here. Okay? And in fact, I'll just bring this over to the bike and show you. It's the same shock. Okay? Same exact shock. Okay? kv75 shock. An alternative is this one. It's got a few more coils on it. Looks very, very close. The bank right here is a little different. The kv75 is a little taller. This one's a little shorter. What is that off of, you might ask? But the bolt holes are the same. That shock right there is off of a GS3 SS. It's a 90cc or a KH90 Kawasaki. Coincidentally, okay, this bike shares a lot of the same parts as this bike. What do I mean? Kevin, what do you mean? Please elaborate. See these foot pegs here, guys? I bought these brand spanking new. 20 bucks for both. Not for one, for both. They are the exact same foot peg as the kv75 MT1. See that brand new spring kit right there with the washer and the clips and all that? Okay, I bought the whole kit for that for 10 bucks. Free shipping. Yeah, you're welcome. So, there are some alternative parts. One of the other parts, you guys are going to love this. Okay, so bear with me. You can see it's still got the throttle cable stuck onto it from the engine. Boom. Look at that, guys. Same exact one is on the bike. Same thing. So there are parts that are the same. Okay? Same. This one just has a different decal. Right here. Same parts. Okay? The headlight assembly, which I've showed you guys before, I believe, but I'm going to do it again. This is the headlight bucket from the G3 and the headlight. The headlight is a regular bulb, so the whole headlight is a bulb. That makes it a little bit more difficult because the factory one has a replacement bulb for the kv75 MT1. But if you're looking for a bucket that will look factory, there you go. The only difference is see this right here is on the adjuster on this side. It's on the other side, on the KV, I believe. Actually, it doesn't even have one. Yeah, so this one doesn't have one. This headlight's adjustable. So that's an alternative. Same voltage, 6 volts. Okay. Now we're going to take this a step further. Okay. The bulb is expensive. The bulb is like 50, 60 bucks because it's a whole bulb. Okay, whole bulb. But the headlight bucket, you can get these for like 10, 15 bucks. We're going to go a step further, and I'm going to show you this brand new remanufactured part. This is for a Yamaha Chappie LB50. Okay, same exact headlight assembly is on there. It features the clips, the replacement bulb. Trying to do this one hand, guys. Bear with me. Same socket and wires. And bulb. Replacement bulb. Okay? So you can use this. Now, the headlight assembly has one difference in it. See this big dent in the back? That's a factory dent for the LB50. Okay? But this whole thing right here, if you're not going to see that dent when it's on the bike. You're going to see that. You know, that's what you're going to see. This whole assembly was 30 bucks. 30 bucks, free shipping. Yeah, not bad. So, that is a couple of different things. And the ignition coil that you see right here, this is the ignition coil off of a Kawasaki KD80. Yep. And you can see it's got the spade connector right there. Your coils look exactly like this, but have a wire sticking off. You can just put an end on the wire, plug it into there, and you have the same exact looking coil. Not bad, eh? So, there is some alternative parts right there. I hope that information helps you guys out. And, yeah, so let's keep trucking. Let's keep going along. So I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to get you guys in the stand. I'm going to show you guys my my masterpiece in the back, and then we're going to go ahead and take apart the front so we can put those put these lights in there. I want to see how they look. Alright, so let me get you guys in the stand, and we will get crack-a-lacking. Alrighty, got you guys in the stand. Let's release the seat. The kv75 has the releases right here. If this was my son's bike or the MT1, you have to loosen your shock bolts. Okay, pull that right off. Put that right there. Yada yada yada. And let's get you guys so you guys can see what's going on, shall we? Alright, so here's how I got it wired up, and not wired, but mounted up. Let me get you guys so you can see it. So here's the pipe right here I made. Like I said, I tapped both ends. Okay, right through both sides. I tapped on each end. And then I used the band clamp, a little spacer on the factory bolts that were on the back of the light. So I loosened up the two back bolts. Let me show you what I'm talking about. On the light, you have 3 bolts to hold it, and here's the same light right here. Okay, you have a bolt here, and this one up here. I left this one intact. I took these 2 off, so it bolts onto the plate. Let me grab a spare plate here real quick. Okay, got a spare plate here. So then you have these 2 bottom ones, okay? I put a little spacer from a KE100. I had 2 of those spacers. Those go in the whole front rack there. I put those on the back here. A little longer bolt, so I took these out, measured out how long I wanted them, screwed them through, and then I used a band clamp. So I'll show you what that is. Everything I had kicking around for these builds was from other projects. And these are one of those things I was telling you about scrap, you know. Don't get rid of your bits and pieces. Don't get rid of your scrap. So these are clamps right here for electrical. So here's what they look like right here. Okay, real easy. They hold wires on and you clamp them onto the frame. Okay, and then you can run your wires right down the frame rails. Well, anyway, these are pretty, they're solid. They're stiff, you know. But use a pair of pliers and you can maneuver them. And then you just peel the plastic off. Just comes right clear off. Boom, like that. And then I bent it around the pipe. I just bent it around the pipe like so. And then when you tighten it up, it grips it and you can't turn the pipe. And they're 2 solid mounts. And that's what I did for right here and right here on this side. And then the bolts come right through here, right into the factory holes. No drilling, no fuss, no muss. Then, let's see if you guys can see this or not. Oh yeah. I drilled a hole through the back. before I assembled it, I pulled the 2 wires through right here, and then I put a piece of heat shrink. I stuffed it into the hole, so it's like that, so it acts like a grommet, so it doesn't chafe it. And then I heat shrinked it, and now they're ready to be wired up. So when I do the wiring on the bike, that'll all be on there beautifully. So that is how I did the back. Now the front, I don't know, because I ain't done it yet. So that's what we're going to do right now. Alright, so to pull off your headlight, there is a screw right here. Should be a Phillips, yep. It's a beveled screw too, by the way. Shit, what I mean by that. It's got a little bevel on the end of it, right there. So it's a little tapered, beveled, and this pops off like so. See, you can see how I got the factory with the 3 clips. So 3 clips hold it on, and then you move that right off to the side. And then we will go ahead. I put a ground on this too. There's a ground strap on that one. That I added into one of my videos when I was first doing this bike. So we're going to start with the side over here. 14 millimeter. If you guys remember correctly, when I first got this bike, it had a Suzuki headlight assembly on it. It had a Suzuki LT 125 headlight assembly on it. It's terrible. Totally was not the right one. Okay. This is a ground wire right here that I added. This is from a Yamaha LB50, and it worked really good for the grounding of the bike. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Hopefully this has enough to go through it. I don't know. Let's take these and put this in this way. Okay. Put that through like that. That looks nice. Of course, these aren't going to be big enough to put all these lock washers and stuff in, so we're going to leave those out for now and see if we can wire this in, bolt it in with what we got. Oh yeah, that's going to work. That's going to work. Got that on backwards. I think my ground wire's in the way. Okay, I had to put it, there's a little tab on there. I had the nut on the other side of the tab, and it holds itself from rotating out there. That's pretty much it right there. And then you have your jam nut. What you do is get that where you want it, like that. And then see if you can hold both of these, which is going to be difficult to do. Nice. And that's that. So I'm going to do the other side. This side doesn't have the ground, so it's not needed. And by doing one side at a time, if you had the headlight adjusted right and you tighten them down properly, you won't have to worry about it. So, the other side in. Push the wire through first. Okay. There on these headlight bolts, I think I showed you guys this before, but I'll show you guys again. There's a flat side right here, and then there's a tapered side. The flat side goes towards the bucket. Let's get that right in there. Okay, now we're going to take both of these wires and we're going to tuck them right out the back side of the bucket for now, so we can access everything. Reconnect our ground. And the other ground. And then, once your two grounds are hooked up, pop your headlight back on. And that, my friends, is what the kv75 looks like with marker lights on it. Pretty cool, huh? Well, anyway, guys, hopefully you guys learned something from this video and you enjoyed it. Thank you for subscribing. And once again, if you haven't had a chance, hit that subscription button. And leave a comment down below and tell me what you think. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm out!